Hello everyone, it's Theo here from Firm Gaming, bringing you a Diablo 3 video. It is Season 32, and so that's pretty exciting. Of course, we have the Ethereal weapons that are back, as well as the other things where we get to keep the petrified screens and the altar rights, so the season is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, of course, this guide we are looking at the Witch Doctor, and we are doing the Mundunugu's Descendant, or I guess the Regalia set here. So, of course, for those that are unfamiliar, the set is the 2-piece bonus when Big Bad Voodoo now follows you and lasts twice as long. We also have 60% damage reduction for 30 seconds when we enter the Spirit Realm. And of course our 6 pieces, the Spirit Barrage nails 17,500% increased damage plus an additional percent equal to 5 times your mana regeneration per second. Alright, let's just jump into the actual build, what we need. So we are going to be utilizing the Ring of Royal Grandeur to require one less set piece. So we are wearing 5 pieces, and there are 2 different combinations that you can do here. You can either wear it with the Guardian's Jeopardy to give you extra survivability, and I highly recommend this in the early stages when we don't have a lot of Paragon and our gear isn't augmented. I highly recommend this as it'll just double your survivability. And the alternative is we could use the Captain Crimson set, so that would give us more damage and a little bit less survivability as it's based off our resource cost reduction to give us our tankiness, so we are definitely tankier using the Guardian's Jeopardy. And like I said, we're only wearing 5 pieces of the actual Mundunugu's Regalia to give us those double set bonuses. To round out the other items that we're using, we're also using the Endless Walk, so we're using both Traveler's Pledge and Compass Rose. So while we're moving, we get damage reduction, and while we're standing still, we get to deal up to double damage. Of course, we're using Lacumba's Ornament as our bracers for survivability, as this is going to give us armor and also damage reduction. Our other ring that we're using is the Ring of Emptiness, so we can deal up to 300% increased damage to enemies affected by our Haunt or Locust. And our weapons that we're going to be utilizing is the Barber. So I know it's the Ethereal, we can't plug that into the D3 planner, so basically we're looking for an Ethereal that has this on it. Or the alternative is finding an Ethereal that has the Sacred Harvester on it. So the Sacred Harvester is the one that lets us stack up our Soul Harvest to 10 times for additional survivability. And then the Barber, of course, is instead of dealing direct damage, our Spirit Barrage now accumulates on the target, and when we stop casting, it explodes for 500% more damage. So those are the 2 combinations that we're looking for on our Ethereal weapons. And then basically if you get one, put the other one on the cube and you'll be good to go. To our offhand, we are using Gazing Demise, so this increases our Spirit Barrage by 150%, and it also gains the Phantasm Rune, which lasts twice as long, and it increases the attack rate of Manitou, which is going to help us when we get to the Rift Guardians. For our actual abilities, let's jump back into Diablo here. So we are utilizing Locust Swarm with Pestilence to spread that around to proc our Ring of Emptiness. Pyronado on Piranhas to help gather them up, which is going to be key for our rotation. Of course, we have Spirit Barrage with Manitou for our big damage. I currently have Spirit Walk with Severance. That's just for the fact that I want speed. But when you're pushing and you need extra survivability, you'll want to use Jaunt just to spend that 1 extra second in the Spirit Realm so that you take, just that 1 second extra of immunity. Of course, we're using Soul Harvest with Languish for armor, and then Big Bad Voodoo with Ghost Trance for the extra damage reduction there. For our passives, we are using Grave Injustice, Rush of Essence, Confidence Ritual, and Spirit Vessel. And of course, we have to just be aware of the fact of what passive might be on our Ethereal, and then change it accordingly. So here, this one has Gruesome Feast, so that wasn't one that I had selected, but I've seen others where they have like Confidence Rituals, so then you would just, no point doubling up, just change one of your passives to something extra as well. For our legendary gems, I had on the Bane is powerful, but that is mostly farming. For our actual pushing, we are going to be utilizing, of course, Bane of the Stricken. So when we're on the Rift Guardian, we're going to get the cumulative damage build. Then, of course, an all build pretty much, we're using Bane of the Traps. So that, of course, is going to give us bonus damage against enemies that are impaired by movement impairing effects. And at rank 25, this gem creates such an aura to give us that bonus. And then we're also utilizing Gogok of Swiftness. So we're going to gain 1% attack speed and dodge and it's stacking, and then we also get cooldown reduction as well. So that'll be the legendary gems. If you're curious about stat priority, I have done that here in the D3 planner, so just check that out. You'll see everything. So this is, of course, if the ideal situation happens, these are the stats that you are looking for, in my opinion. So just check that out as well. For the rotation, basically we're going to let it cook. So of course we're going to cast Spirit Barrage. So you get up to 3 different ones that you can cast. And they last for about 10 seconds. And what works, or how it works, is while any mobs that are in them, they deal damage to everything that's around them, and then it kind of accumulates that, and then when it pops at the end, it deals all that accumulated damage to everything around them. So all we're going to want to do is, you go around, tag everything with your Pestilence, and then when you get it all grouped up, or recently, you're going to cast Tyranado to get it all in one spot. Put 3 casts of Spirit Barrage in the middle. They're going to tick damage on everything, and then after 10 seconds, it would pop, but if you want to pop it prematurely, you would just cast a 4th one, which would cause the first one to pop, cast the 5th one, makes the 2nd one pop, cast a 6th one, it would make the 3rd one pop, and all that damage would explode onto everybody that was in that area. When it gets to be a Rift Guardian, you're just basically going to hold down the Spirit Barrage button, and it's just going to channel onto the Guardian and slowly tick away, and then utilizing Squirts, Stricken, if you have it on, it will build up more and more damage, and then eventually, when the Manitou on your head has built up enough damage, it will just not one shot, but will finish off the Rift Guardian from a fixed health percentage of whatever it's accumulated. Early on, you build that up, and it might just nuke the Guardian from 50%, and then later on in higher keys, you might only have it finish off the Guardian from 10 to 20% range. So that's the end of the guide. That's basically all there is to it. I hope you enjoy the video. As always, we appreciate like, shares, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And until next time, I hope you're enjoying Diablo 3 Season 32.